Hi everybody, it's Christina from Adventures in Polish Land and welcome back to another Friday Reads video. Today I'm going to structure this a little bit differently than usual. I will do a reading update, but first I'm going to start out with a shout out to two other booktubers who I have been watching. Then we'll do the reading update and that will lead us into my Black Friday book haul because I've already started reading one of the books that I got in the mail yesterday. So first up are the shout outs. I wanted to mention two channels that are participating in Vlogmas right now, and I've been really enjoying watching their videos so far, and I hope I can keep up with them as the month goes on. The first one is Whitney over at Whitney Novels. I've subscribed to her channel for probably over a decade now, and it's really nice that she's back on YouTube and making book content and more lifestyle content as well. I just really enjoy her vlogs. I find she's a really down-to-earth person, very relatable, and I really enjoy her videos. So I will have a link to her channel in the description box. And then I also wanted to mention Heather from Too Many Heathers. I found her channel because of Shorty September, and she is back doing Vlogmas, and I find her videos also very fun, very relatable. She just has a great personality, and I love the way she talks about books, so I highly recommend checking out her channel as well. Now let's get into my reading update. I did finish Shooting Down Heaven by Jorge Franco yesterday. I was really glad to finish this book. It is a good read. It was about a Colombian drug lord's son, and so it was very interesting, and I have a lot of thoughts on it that I will reserve for my next wrap-up video, but this was a 3-star read for me, and I am glad to be done with it. And then I got 3 books in the mail. On Black Friday, I decided to make a purchase from The Strand, which is a bookstore in New York City. And I have been monitoring a handful of books for a while now. Basically, whenever I hear about a book that I'm interested in, I will go onto my library's website and add it to a books to read list. But every once in a while, there are books that my library does not have, so I will save them in tabs on my web browser. And I got to the point where I was like, okay, I need to get rid of these tabs. Let's see if I can buy any of these books on Black Friday. And The Strand had a handful of them. So I purchased 4 books, but 3 of them were pre-owned and they came from the store, I believe. The 4th one was new and that's coming at a later date. I believe they ordered the new ones direct from the publisher. I'm not really sure how that works, but it's not here yet. The first book I purchased was Diary of a Void by Yagi. This is translated by David Boyd and Lucy North from the Japanese. I heard about this from Books Unbound. I think Ariel Bissett was the one who was raving about it, and it sounded so fascinating. It is about a 34-year-old woman who gets a job in Tokyo, and no one takes her seriously until she announces that she's pregnant. She's not pregnant, but people start treating her really differently after she tells them this. And of course, this is a lie that's not going to end up well because at some point people are going to notice that she either isn't pregnant and then she'll have to either continue the lie or fess up. I'm not really sure what happens, but I'm really interested in finding out, so I picked up this one. Next up is the book that really got me to hit purchase because I've been having a really hard time finding this, and I think because it is an Australian book. It is Australian Gospel by Lech Blaine. I heard about this from Gunpowder Fiction and Plot here on YouTube, and I honestly don't remember much about it, but when I briefly looked at the back, I thought, oh yeah, I definitely think I would read this. It says it's about Christian fanatics who loathe their fellow Australians, and I know it's about a working class family in Queensland, so certainly seems like something I would have been interested in when I heard Scott talk about it, and I am so excited that I finally found a used copy. I haven't found this anywhere else, so I'm really glad I have it, and this is a big chunker of a book, so this might be a book that I carry over into next year, but we shall see. The book that I am currently reading and picked up, I read 1 page last night, but then I read a little bit more on my lunch break today, and that is Upcountry by Chin-Sun Lee. I heard about this one from Mercedes at Mercy's Bookish Musings, and she had talked about this multiple times, and every time she talked about it, I thought I definitely need to read this book. This is about a young woman and her husband who move from New York City to upstate New York to a very small village. And in this village, there are people who belong to a unique religious group. And if there's a cult in the book, I will probably enjoy reading it. So I am excited to continue on with this one. I'm still in the very early stages. I'm only, I think, on page 29. So at this point, I've been introduced to our three main characters, who are the husband, the wife, and then one of the girls in the cult. So very interested to keep reading this. And like I said, I did order one more book. I will show that to you hopefully next week in my Friday reads. It will be here. But I would love to know if you did any Black Friday book shopping. I think supporting independent bookstores is always on the top of my radar, but to do so on a big capitalist shopping holiday was a great way to spend both my time, my money, and I got some books that have been on my wish list for quite a while, and I am so excited to get to them. I hope you have a great weekend and that you read some great books. I will see you next time.